How's it going, guys? So this week's YouTube, I'm just going through a session that is, upper body focused and focus on shoulders and scapula. So this is a prone 100. The back of my hands are facing the ground, palms facing the ceiling, and moving a large range of motion and looking to engage muscles around the scapula. For myself, I kind of have a rounded thoracic spine. I've had a few shoulder injuries, dislocations, surgeries years ago, and I really need to keep them moving well for swimming, for surfing, for gymnastic rings, and just for life in general, right? So this is a great warm-up I use, and working a posterior chain as well. The first time I saw these, I was advised to do 100 of them, body weight, which I was doing, which is a good exercise, but I've moved on to weighted, and I do about 3 sets of 50 reps. They are light enough weights. I think they're like 3 kilograms. 3 kilograms holding an isometric. But we really feel it in the thoracic spine. That's what I'm looking for. So I did about 3 sets of this. Just a little stretch and a little bit of protraction, retraction in between. This is something that has massively helped me. I've had a lot of upper back pain, stiffness in the past, and getting the scapula to move well is really important. All right, so give that a go. Or integrate it into your routine, whatever way you want. But this is something I do regularly. Next, I'm going on to some Serratus push-ups. So single arm. You can do double arm as well. If your hand's hurting this position, just go with your fists. But that's the Serratus muscle there. And oftentimes, shoulder issues can be avoided by engaging that muscle, getting it strong, okay, and getting this kind of protraction, retraction done from a couple of different ways, or a couple of different directions, if you like, and I'll show you something else later on. But get this stuff working well. I'm trying to go smooth all the way down and really push out as far as I can, and holding it at the very top for a moment. From then, I went on to some all fours breathing. Absolutely love this exercise. So protract, flex. Okay, so I'm tucking the pelvis. As you can see, my abs are engaged in this position. And from there, you can't hear it the volume, but I'm taking as deep an inhale as I possibly can, and then forcefully exhaling, really trying to empty my lungs, right? And this is tough. And when I'm doing this, my rib cage expands, okay? Obviously, when we inhale as much as we can, and then it contracts. So when you think about that, this is end range strength training for the breathing muscles, for the diaphragm, for the intercostal muscles between the ribs, etc. And you really feel on the core, particularly if you forcefully exhale. I've coached lots of people through this, and generally speaking, most people don't exhale enough. Right? We think we've fully exhaled, but we have about 20% to go. And we can actually thicken the diaphragm, really important muscle, by the likes of this. I did 3 sets of 8 breath cycles for that. And I won't show you all these, but this is a really nice training method. Dense strength. Got off Keegan Smith, great coach. But I did like 5 reps here, nice and slow and controlled. And then I started that on the minute. So let's say that takes 30 seconds. For the remainder of the minute, the remainder of 30 seconds, I just rest and then start round 2 at the start of minute 2. Okay, rest 30 seconds and do this throughout. So basically, in 10 minutes, I got 50 pull-ups done. Okay, which wasn't bad. I was struggling towards the end. All right, I have done more, so it's a nice gauge. Okay, I didn't show you them all there, but yeah, that's dense strength. I'll go through that in another video at some stage. Ring one arm row. Remember I was talking about the protraction, retraction. Now we're doing it from the opposite side. So I'm letting body weight kind of pull my arm, pull the shoulder blades into protraction, which is there, and then retracting it. And yeah, I love this exercise. Anything with the rings, a lot of people who train get like elbow issues, and we need to look after them. So single arm stuff, grip work is really important. And yeah, I learned this exercise years ago and always got a lot out of it. You're kind of using the rest of your body as well. You can kind of drive up through the feet, exhale as you pull, control going down, and allow your arm to kind of pull into that protraction at the bottom. Okay, love that exercise. Then I went on to some L-sits. I did about 5 rounds of these, and just going nice and slow, locking out the elbows, pointing the toes, trying to lock out the knees, And interestingly, where I feel this the most is the hip flexors, the rec fem. So right down the middle of the quads, often get a cramp there, and I want that. Okay, I'm trying to breathe continuously as well. A lot of people hold their breath, driving the arms down, the hands through, but yeah, L-sit. Just an awesome exercise. Isometrics are so important. When you think of the guys on the rings all the time, they hold isometrics, right? It's a great way to develop strength. These are, what are they called? Oh, battle rams. What a great name for an exercise. Okay, so battle rams, go nice and slow, like an isometric. I am dealing with a little bit of a shoulder issue at the moment. I've just got a bit of a flare up, some inflammation around the AC joint. So I was planning to do some deep range push-ups, but couldn't. So I adapted, okay, and I could do these. So a few rounds of them. Yeah, this one, whilst you're getting the core, not allowing the lower back to go into extension, just trying to control it. It's an isometric for the upper body as well. It's generally the upper body that will fail first before the core. So is it amazing for getting the core? I quite like it because of that upper body control. I'm kind of moving around a bit here. I have a video of myself doing this years ago and I'm a lot more solid. So I have been off the ring, so I want to get more solid on it. Take plenty of rest. Quick L-sit, whilst we're in the position. Hanging is so good for us as well. Active hanging. So I did a few rounds of that, and then went for some skin the cats. And as I mentioned, some active hanging is great, not just passive there and kind of engaging the muscles. As I mentioned, I have a bit of shoulder issue, so if you see here, that's a fairly reduced range of motion. Okay, I can usually go down a bit further, but I'm just working in a safe range of motion. That's something I say to clients a lot. What's the largest, safest range of motion you can move in? Okay, so going pretty slow here, trying to take the time. At the very bottom here, I'm a bit weak at that very bottom, so I'm trying to gain a bit more control there. Slow up. I think I get a bit more range here. Look at the back, it goes down a bit lower. Yeah, it does, without going as low as I've been, because I don't want to push it, just be sensible. And yeah, I did a few rounds of this. So that was my session. Any questions on it, let me know. And what I suggest is, pick one or two exercises, integrate them into your routine.